Today I'm doing smoked salmon on the smoker outside. What we've done so far is I put this piece of salmon, it's about a 2.5 pound fillet, it's skinless and boneless, and I put it in a dry brine for about 3.5–4 hours. The dry brine was a cup of brown sugar, a cup of kosher salt, some tarragon, some dill, some garlic powder, some onion powder, a little bit of the barbecue rub, and I mixed it all together, and you just pack it on both sides of the fish and set it in a casserole dish, and I put it in the fridge. I took it out about an hour ago, let it come up to room temperature, and right away when you see it working, it starts pulling all the moisture out of the fish. And then you want it in a container because it's going to make a lot of juice. Well, after that, you wash it off real good, and you'll immediately notice the texture of the fish. It's changed. It's got this pretty pink color. It's looking like a cooked piece of fish already. And now I've got it sitting in this aluminum foil boat. It's just going to help protect it when it's on the grate. I'm going to let it sit out for about 30 minutes. It'll start getting a tackiness to it as the air gets to it, pulling out a little bit of the moisture that's remaining in it that the cure didn't take out. And when it gets ready, I'll take it out and I'm going to put it on a smoker outside. I'll show you that here in a little bit. Now I want to talk about my setup, cooking setup for the salmon that I'm doing today, smoking. What I've got, this is just a standard old Weber 22.5-inch kettle grill. And it's great, most versatile grill they make. I think everybody should have one, of course. But what I've done is I got a pan in here, and I got me 2 piles of charcoal separated out. There's about 20–25 coals in each pile. But what this does is it allows me to have this room in the center to lay my salmon fillet to keep it off direct heat. Now the temp's still gonna come up, 350, 375, but it's gonna smoke this salmon. And I just got a little bit, one thing of cherry, one little piece of apple on each side, and that's going to create all the smoke I need to get in this salmon. So what I'll do next is light me a few coals in a chimney, put them on top, each just about 5 or 6 on each side, and then put the lid on and let it come up. When it gets good and hot, I'm going to bring my salmon out in a little aluminum foil boat and set it right over this pan here. I'll put a little beer, a little apple juice in the pan just for some moisture. But what I'm just really needing it for is to separate the coals. It's going to be real easy. The time to cook for the salmon is not that long, so I'll show you how to do all that here later on. All right, now I'm ready to put the salmon on the grill. You can see I got it set up here. Got a few wood chips smoking nicely there. Got it set up for indirect heat. Got a few hot coals on each side, and all I'm going to do is just slide my salmon boat right in the middle there. I want it directly centered, and it's going to get the nice smoke from it. The good heat, and it's only going to take it about 20 minutes. I'm going to come check it. Ought to be good to go. I don't have too much wood on it. I've only got 4 little chips because I don't want it to get too heavily smoked. I'll just kill it back just a tad and we're good to go. All right, here's the finished product on our smoked salmon. It went for about 25 minutes on the Weber out there, and it turned out really great. When it starts to flake, kind of like it's doing, that's how you know it's done. All these little pieces flake away and little white ooze started coming out. That's pretty much the telltale sign. Right now, I didn't put a glaze on it, but you could have. I mean, there's a lot of, you can go with the brown sugar honey glaze or like a teriyaki style glaze. But I just wanted to do it plain because we're going to eat some of it now, but we're also going to portion it up and vacuum seal it. And then we're going to use it for dips. You can make a really good smoked salmon cream cheese dip with it. It's good for eating the next day. Some people like to cook it a day in advance and take it to a brunch or something like that. I've also seen it served with like a creamy dill sauce. That's really good on it. But it's real simple to do. The whole process took about maybe 5–6 hours if you include the brine, and then the cook time's real fast. So there's not a whole lot to it. It's just get a good quality piece of salmon and smoke it with light smoke, and it's good to go.